Hello everyone, my name is Christina Wadlinger, and I will be discussing with you the important information covered in the This Computer Will Grow Your Food in the Future TED Talk. This video will go over how farming can potentially evolve due to new and better technology implemented worldwide. The speaker of this TED Talk was Caleb Harper, an investigator and director of the Open Agriculture Initiative at the MIT Media Lab. Harper leads a team of engineers, architects, and scientists and explores new and interesting ways to develop sustainable agriculture. Together, Harper and his team research new open-source agricultural techniques that include software and data that will create a more dependable and responsive food industry. Also, Harper hopes to bring the entire world together during this new type of food initiative. There are several crises going on in the world that involve food. Certain areas do not have enough, while others have too much. GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are either seen as lifesavers or detrimental to human health. Runoff from farms is polluting water systems with chemicals and pesticides. We put so many preservatives in our food because not everyone has access to farm fresh foods every day. The areas in green on this map have high levels of farming productivity due to ideal climate, and the areas in red are the least productive in the world. A farmer is simply not what young people aspire to be. 2% of the U.S. population is involved in farming at all anymore. Everyone is moving on to live in cities, and this is a huge issue considering the fact that 7 billion people on this planet need fed. Harper and his co-workers wanted to inspire a new generation of farmers. He wanted to make farming not only essential, but more practical for today's youth. A farm was built in an old media room in the area that he worked. The plants that were produced had white roots, were deep green in color, and were able to be harvested monthly. This first farm fed around 300 people once a month, and this farm was created with a computer. Harper never wanted to produce something that he himself did not try out and perfect. He became trained in correct pHs of lettuce just by taste. Thus, technologists became experienced in plant physiology. Harper's team constructed a lab that could be shipped anywhere in the world. There are 30 points of sensing per plant. Technologists code the climate for each specific lab to match the plant they are attempting to grow. Certain plants require a different level of CO2 or oxygen than another. This code expresses the size, shape, and even nutrition of the plant itself. The sensors attached to each plant determines how the plant is faring, whether it be perfect, nitrogen deficient, or needs more humidity. The sensors can detect anything going on with the plant because they are coded to do so. Specific plants are given IP addresses in the computer systems, so they are all unique. Each plant has a profile even, kind of like Facebook. When you click on the piece of produce you desire, you get to read its profile. The profile not only describes when the plant is ready to be picked, but when your own desired nutrient or taste level is achieved. Alerts are sent that declare when the plant is getting too much sun or not enough water as well. Harper's background is originally in hospitals and data centers, so this new type of agriculture relates to him being able to create controlled environments. Aeroponics, which was created by NASA to allow astronauts to grow food in space by reducing the amount of water necessary, is the idea that Harper based his research on. Harper found out from his research that roots are not very complicated. They just give the plant what it needs: water, oxygen, and minerals. By regulating the necessities of a plant so closely, the plant essentially grows a second heart, and this allows the plant to grow 4 to 5 times faster than normal. Since Harper's technology allows for so many specific areas of agriculture to be regulated, he even began to grow plants that are no longer grown naturally. There are numerous rare and ancient seed banks throughout the world, and Harper took it upon himself to attempt to cultivate those seeds. He was successful. He was able to grow a specific type of tomato no one else has eaten for around 150 years, just because he could create the proper environment for the tomato to grow. The problem that Harper began to encounter was the expense of the labs. They were around $100,000, and not many people have that kind of money to dish out just like that. One of Harper's students actually developed a smaller model of the lab that was more affordable and practical for an everyday person's daily use. Harper and his team finally decided these smaller lab models would be of more use in schools, so he made them available for 7th through 11th graders. Harper and his team developed a system for the labs that is similar to a game in order to interest the kids more. The kids can log into their account anywhere from their smartphone or tablet and regulate a garden of their own. They can interact with kids from all over the world and even create recipes that state how to grow a piece of produce in the way that they desire. Once a student finds a recipe they like or want to utilize for future use, they can download it and set its code to a new plant so it will prosper with the same results. Harper exposed a new and more innovative farming technique that piqued the interest of all youth. This is just the beginning stage, but Harper has already laid the groundwork for anyone to begin to build their own food computer with instructions online. Harper hopes that instead of shipping food worldwide, countries can just share recipes for proper plant growth instead. The world is ready for healthy, environmentally friendly food. The last bit of information I want to go over are some questions I had after watching Caleb Harper's "This Computer Will Grow Your Food in the Future" TED Talk. Number 1. What would happen to the world's food source if there was a major malfunction in technological systems worldwide? We rely too much on technology as is. What if we don't know how to grow food without technology? Number 2. Would the world be willing to even share specific recipes with each other? Some countries would get along well, but not all of them. Number 3. How are developing countries supposed to pay for food labs, and where would they station their labs? The food labs require a lot of innovation as well. Who is going to fund this when developing nations do not have enough money to feed their people as is? Well, this is the end of my discussion for now. I'm Christina Wadlinger. Thank you so much for listening.